Administration is a rabid dog, and it's turning us upside down. And all, as far as I'm concerned, it's as obvious as the nose on your face.
Just stop doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
That's all we expect.
Jim Carrey just called Trump a rabid dog, and the orange turd completely lost his mind. The guy who made us laugh in The Mask is now making Trump foam at the mouth with just one perfectly timed insult. We're gonna show you exactly how Carrey transformed from funny man to political assassin, and why Trump's reaction proves Carrey hit the nail right on the head. Stick around to see how a comedian delivered the most serious political burn of the year. Remember when Jim Carrey was just the goofy guy talking through his butt in Ace Ventura? Well, those days are gone, and Trump is probably wishing they weren't.
People have made these elections and politics in general who they are, and it's not who you are.
The rubber-faced comedian we all grew up with has traded his wacky expressions for paintbrushes and political jabs that hit harder than his karate moves in The Mask. While most Hollywood stars stick to boring tweets about using your voice and getting out to vote, Carrey has gone full nuclear on Trump.
That this
Kids say fake news.
That you're supposed to hate half the country, you
Right.
know. And if anything, we've got to get back to a place.
The man has literally painted Trump as burnt toast, a melting witch, and surrounded by flying monkeys from Oz. And honestly, these paintings are getting more attention than his recent movies.
Trump is toast.
I like that one. That's
Trump is toast. Robert Mueller putting the squeeze on the president. Just to relieve the stress. You know what I mean? It's a stress reliever.
Sorry, Sonic, but the blue hedgehog can't compete with Carrey's artistic takedowns of the orange president. But here's the thing. Carrey brings something different to the political table. Before he was famous, the guy worked as a janitor in Canada and knew what it meant to struggle financially. That gives him a perspective on regular folks that Gwyneth Paltrow and her jade eggs could never understand. He's not just another rich celeb telling us how to think. And don't think Carrey just jumped on the anti-Trump bandwagon when it became trendy.
I mean, a lot of it, really, truly.
Yeah.
That is a way
My secret is making the wrong choices, but committing completely.
He's been slamming capitalism without conscience for years, comparing today's America to the dehumanizing factory work Charlie Chaplin criticized back in the day. The man has put actual thought into his political views, unlike some celebs who just parrot whatever their publicist tells them to say. Though he still cracks jokes, Carrey's tone has shifted dramatically in recent years. He once compared America under Trump to a shoe being savagely attacked by a pit bull, which is pretty dark coming from the guy who played Ace Ventura. His criticism has been building steadily.
There is yes.
Sure.
With you, a lot of times, Ace Ventura, no. Nobody else could do it.
Getting more devastating with each passing month of Trump's time in office. What makes Carrey's transformation so striking is how Trump has pushed even the silliest, most lighthearted entertainers to become deadly serious political critics. When the class clown starts warning everyone about the fire in the building instead of making fart jokes, you know things are really bad. Just when Trump thought he'd heard every insult in the book, Jim Carrey unleashed the rabid dog comparison that sent shockwaves through the political landscape.
This administration is a rabid dog, and it's turning us upside down. And all, as far as I'm concerned, it's as obvious as the nose on your face.
This wasn't just another celebrity hot take. This was America's rubber-faced funny man getting deadly serious about the state of our democracy. During a candid interview, Carrey didn't waste time with polite political niceties. He went straight for Trump's jugular, declaring, "This administration is a rabid dog and it's turning us upside down." Imagine that. The guy who once made millions by talking through his rear end was now delivering one of the most devastating critiques of Trump's presidency.
Just stop doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
That's all we expect.
The irony wasn't lost on anyone. What made this verbal neutron bomb so powerful wasn't just the harsh language, it was the brutal honesty behind it. Carrey wasn't playing for laughs this time. He was genuinely worried about America's future, comparing our current situation to The Truman Show, you know, that movie where the main character doesn't realize his entire life is just a TV show. According to Carrey, we're all just extras in Trump's reality TV presidency, while real problems go unsolved.
A thing about what's going on right now. There are generations growing up right now who are learning to lie. That lying is okay.
Yeah.
You can make a bad decision about a candidate. It's not who you are. It doesn't mean you're dumb. It doesn't mean you're different.
Trump, being Trump, couldn't handle hearing the truth from someone with actual talent. His reaction was exactly what you'd expect from a man who spends more time on Twitter than governing. Total meltdown mode. The president, who claims to be the toughest guy in any room, completely lost his cool over being called a rabid dog by a comedian. If that doesn't tell you something about his thin skin, nothing will.
You know, I could break bread with anybody who voted for Trump. We could find some common ground to love each other through. You know?
The rabid dog comment stung extra hard because it came packaged with genuine concern about America's future. Carrey warned we're raising a generation that thinks lying is okay and that we're being babysat by television while our democracy crumbles. Coming from the guy who once made pet detectives popular, this sudden shift to dead serious political commentary hit like a slap across the face. What really got under Trump's skin wasn't just the insult, it was how perfectly it captured what millions of Americans were already thinking.
We are parentless, you know, and we are babysat by the television. We're taught how to think by the television. That's the dangerous time.
Carrey's description of Trump as rabid resonated with voters who saw a president foaming at the mouth with lies, attacking everything in sight, and acting increasingly erratic. The comedian simply said out loud what many were afraid to say. So here we are, folks. The transformation of Jim Carrey tells us everything we need to know about these crazy times. When a guy famous for making silly faces becomes America's political conscience, something has clearly gone off the rails. Carrey's assessment that Trump's presidency represents a carpet bombing of outrage perfectly captures the constant chaos we've lived through.
Heartland of this country. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with it's become obvious that the choice was a bad one. We just need to change it.
The strangest part isn't even that a comedian became a political artist, it's that his criticisms hit harder than most politicians. While Washington played political games, Carrey went straight for the truth. And isn't that what comedians have always done best? Cut through the nonsense to get to what's real. What's most disturbing is how Trump normalized the abnormal. Carrey didn't just attack Trump because he disliked him. He was genuinely worried about what America was becoming. And that's something worth thinking about long after the punchlines fade.